Welcome back everyone. This is a serious update and I need your full attention right now because a high-impact weather warning has been issued across large portions of Canada, and what you are seeing on the map is not routine winter weather. It is a dangerous and escalating situation that is already affecting millions and will continue to intensify over the next 48 hours. Right now, the atmosphere across Canada is in a highly stressed state, with extreme cold locked in across the prairies, active snow bands impacting central and eastern regions, and a powerful Arctic air mass pressing southward with no signs of retreat. This is the kind of setup that creates disruptions, closures, travel hazards, and life-threatening conditions if not taken seriously. The warning zone highlighted across the prairies represents one of the most intense cold air outbreaks we have seen this winter, and this cold is not shallow, it is deep, dense, and persistent, extending from the surface well into the upper levels of the atmosphere. This is not something that moves out overnight. This cold digs in, and it stays. Across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, temperatures are already dangerously low, and wind chills are pushing conditions into a zone where frostbite can occur in minutes. Vehicles are struggling to start. Infrastructure is under strain. Exposed skin is at risk almost immediately. This is not discomfort, this is danger. At the same time, active weather continues across central Canada. Radar is showing ongoing snow activity around southern Ontario, Quebec, and parts of Atlantic Canada. Even where snowfall is not extreme, the combination of cold air, gusty winds, and icy surfaces is creating treacherous travel conditions. Roads may look clear one moment and become hazardous the next. Lake effect snow remains a major concern downwind of the Great Lakes. Bands continue to shift, intensify, and weaken unpredictably. Some areas will see brief lulls, followed by sudden bursts of heavy snow and near-zero visibility. This kind of snowfall catches drivers off guard, and it is one of the leading causes of winter accidents. In southern Ontario, including areas near major highways and urban centers, conditions may appear manageable at times, but do not be fooled. Wind chills are dropping, road temperatures are well below freezing, and any moisture on the surface turns to ice rapidly. Nighttime travel becomes especially dangerous. Moving east into Quebec, colder air continues to push in steadily. Snow showers and flurries persist, and temperatures are trending downward. This cold is setting the stage for a prolonged period of below normal temperatures, increasing the risk of frozen infrastructure, power demand spikes, and health concerns for vulnerable populations. Atlantic Canada is also under increasing pressure. Winds are strengthening, snow and mixed precipitation continue in parts of the region, and colder air is filtering in behind passing systems. Coastal areas may see moderation at times, but inland communities are feeling the full force of winter tightening its grip. What makes this situation especially concerning is the scale. This is not isolated. This is not localized. This is a national pattern. From west to east, Canada is under the influence of a powerful Arctic regime, and there is no quick escape route from it. The air mass responsible for this cold originates deep in the Arctic, and it has been allowed to surge southward due to a weakened polar circulation. When this happens, cold air does not trickle in, it floods in. It overwhelms. It replaces milder air rapidly and aggressively. This is why temperatures are falling so fast in some areas. This is why wind chills are reaching extreme values. This is why warnings are expanding instead of shrinking. This warning is not just about snow. It is about exposure. It is about safety. It is about preparation. Cold of this magnitude affects everything. It affects travel, power systems, water lines, livestock, pets, and human health. If you must travel, understand that conditions can deteriorate rapidly. Visibility can drop without warning. Vehicles can stall. Help can be delayed. Always let someone know your route and destination. Carry emergency supplies. Do not underestimate how fast cold can turn dangerous. If you are staying home, this is the time to prepare. Ensure heating systems are functioning properly. Protect exposed pipes. Keep emergency supplies accessible. Check on elderly neighbors, relatives, and anyone who may struggle with extreme cold. For those working outdoors, this is a critical period. Take frequent breaks. Cover all exposed skin. Watch for signs of frostbite and hypothermia. Numbness, confusion, uncontrollable shivering, and fatigue are warning signs that must not be ignored. Pets and animals are also at risk. These temperatures are dangerous for them as well. Bring them indoors if possible. Ensure livestock have adequate shelter, water, and protection from wind. The warning areas you see are not static. They may expand or shift as the cold air continues to move. Even regions just outside the highlighted zones can experience severe conditions, especially at night and during early morning hours. Looking ahead, this pattern remains locked in through the end of the week. There may be brief fluctuations, minor moderation in some areas, but overall, the cold remains dominant. Any incoming systems will interact with this Arctic air, increasing the potential for snow, ice, and wind impacts. This is the kind of winter setup that demands respect. It does not allow shortcuts. It does not forgive complacency. Preparation now prevents emergencies later. I will continue to monitor radar, temperature trends, wind chills, and warning updates closely, and I will keep bringing you clear, direct, no-nonsense updates as this situation evolves. If this information is valuable to you, if these updates help you prepare and stay safe, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. This pattern is active, and conditions can change quickly. Staying informed matters right now. Share this update with family and friends who may not be paying attention yet. Extreme cold often gets underestimated until it is too late. Awareness saves lives. We are in a high-impact phase of winter weather across Canada. Stay alert. Stay prepared. Limit unnecessary travel. Protect yourself and those around you. Today we need to slow things down and really talk about what is unfolding across Canada, because this is not just another winter day. This is a pattern that is shaping the rest of January, and it is one that every single region of the country will feel in different ways. From lingering fog on the west coast to deep Arctic cold in the prairies, lake-effect snow in Ontario, and increasing wind and weather changes in Atlantic Canada, winter is fully in control right now. Before we go deeper, if you rely on clear, calm, and honest weather updates like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. Weather changes fast, especially in patterns like this, and staying ahead of it can make a real difference for your day and your safety. Let's start on the west coast, where conditions may look quieter on the surface, but they still matter, especially for travel. Across coastal British Columbia, including Vancouver, the Lower Mainland, and the Fraser Valley, dense fog continues to be the main concern this morning and through much of the day. Visibility drops significantly at times, particularly in the early morning and again after sunset. Drivers should be prepared for sudden reductions in visibility, especially near rivers, farmland, and low-lying areas. Temperatures across the coast remain close to seasonal levels, but the lack of sunshine makes it feel colder and damp. Inland areas, including the interior and higher elevations, remain colder, with overnight temperatures well below freezing. Mountain passes continue to deal with snow-packed and icy roads, and even though snowfall amounts are not extreme, traction remains a serious issue. As we move into Friday and the weekend, British Columbia slowly transitions toward a slightly more active pattern. Clouds begin to break in some areas, but there are early signs that Pacific moisture could begin approaching early next week. That could bring rain to coastal areas and snow to the mountains, though timing and intensity are still uncertain. For now, the west coast stays relatively calm compared to what is happening further east. Now let's move into the prairies, where winter is showing its harshest side. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba remain locked under Arctic air that simply refuses to move. Temperatures this morning are brutally cold across many areas, especially in Saskatchewan and Manitoba, where readings are deep into the -20s and even colder in rural and northern locations. During the day, very little recovery occurs. High temperatures remain well below freezing, and in some places, the coldest part of the day barely changes from the morning low. Even light winds make conditions significantly worse, pushing wind chills into dangerous territory. Exposed skin can freeze in minutes, and extended outdoor exposure is strongly discouraged. In Alberta, cloud cover increases at times today, particularly across central and southern regions. There may be periods of light snow, especially closer to the foothills and the Rocky Mountains. Snowfall totals remain low, but road conditions can still deteriorate quickly because of how cold the ground is. Any untreated surfaces become icy very fast. Saskatchewan remains one of the coldest regions in the country today. Communities across the province see long stretches of extreme cold with little relief. Manitoba is similar, with frigid conditions stretching from Winnipeg northward to Churchill. Blowing snow remains possible in open areas, reducing visibility at times, even when snowfall is light. As we look ahead, there are some signs that temperatures may slowly moderate early next week, but that change is gradual, not sudden. This cold pattern has momentum, and it will not break easily. Now let's talk about Ontario, where winter becomes more complex and more disruptive. Lake effect snow continues to be a major factor, particularly east of Georgian Bay and along the eastern shores of Lake Huron. Snow squalls remain active, producing sudden bursts of heavy snow that can reduce visibility to near zero in minutes. One of the most challenging aspects of lake effect snow is how localized it is. One town may see clear skies, while another just a few kilometers away is dealing with whiteout conditions. This makes travel especially dangerous because conditions can change without warning. Even outside of active snow squalls, blowing snow remains an issue. Gusty winds pick up loose snow and create poor visibility, especially on highways and open rural roads. Travel delays and closures remain possible throughout the day and into Friday. In southern Ontario, including the GTA, snowfall today is more limited, but cold air continues to push in. Temperatures drop further heading into Friday and the weekend. Wind chills make it feel significantly colder than the actual air temperature, especially near Lake Ontario. Looking ahead, attention turns to a developing system that could bring more widespread snow to parts of southern Ontario later in the weekend or early next week. While exact snowfall amounts are still uncertain, the setup suggests that winter weather will remain active, not quiet. Northern Ontario remains much colder, with temperatures staying well below seasonal averages. Snowfall is lighter here, but the cold itself is the main concern, particularly for remote communities and long-distance travel. Moving east into Quebec, today starts relatively calm but cold. Montreal and surrounding areas see chilly temperatures with occasional flurries. As colder air settles in over the next couple of days, daytime highs drop further below normal, and overnight lows become increasingly uncomfortable. Northern and eastern Quebec experience more severe cold, with temperatures deep into the -teens and 20s. Wind chill values make outdoor conditions harsh, and frostbite becomes a real concern during extended exposure. Snowfall remains generally light for now, but cloud cover increases heading into the weekend. This signals that changes are coming, and residents should stay alert for updates as new systems approach. Now let's head into Atlantic Canada, where weather conditions are more variable but no less important. Mainland Nova Scotia experiences periods of rain or snow today, depending on location and elevation. Inland areas are more likely to see snow, while coastal areas may see rain or a mix, especially during daylight hours. Winds increase across much of the region, especially near exposed coastlines and higher terrain. Gusts can become strong enough to cause travel difficulties, particularly for high-profile vehicles. Newfoundland sees increasing winds as well, along with periods of snow and blowing snow. Temperatures across Atlantic Canada remain milder than central Canada for now, but that will not last. Colder air begins moving in as we head into Friday and the weekend, increasing the chance of snow and bringing a sharper winter feel back to the region. Looking further ahead, a more organized system may approach Atlantic Canada early next week. This could bring stronger winds, heavier precipitation, and colder temperatures. While details are still developing, this is a system worth watching closely. When we step back and look at the entire country, one thing becomes very clear. This is not a short-term event. This is a sustained winter pattern. Arctic air dominates the prairies, lake effect snow continues in Ontario, Quebec grows colder, and Atlantic Canada prepares for changing conditions. For everyone watching, preparation matters. Dress in layers. Limit time outdoors during extreme cold. Give yourself extra time when traveling. Check on vulnerable family members and neighbors. Winter weather does not forgive mistakes, especially during patterns like this. If you find these updates helpful and want to stay informed as conditions evolve across Canada, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. New updates will continue as this pattern develops and changes. We will be tracking every shift, every system, and every temperature swing so you don't have to guess what's coming next. Stay aware, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay safe and warm.